Hey there. I've been making this video and started out earlier today and it got long. And in order to make it short, I just started cutting things out and then, kind of going over quickly what was in the thing before. And now it's up to an hour again. And so I'm going to cut out even more. But most importantly, or one of the important things that I wanted to find out a while ago, and I forgot about wanting to find it out. And now I remember. I didn't remember. I found it online again. The way to, without using sysinternals tools, how to find out if a process has a which process has a folder lock. Okay. I believe, well, certainly command has this folder locked, right? If I start another command, go to a different folder. Now the program that comes with Windows is called RESMON, Resource Monitor. Okay. It's in System 32. Now, the way to find out which one has a associated select column, handle name, process ID. I gotta select a process. Oh, I see. Okay, so I guess you select all of them, and then look for the handle, which is a device like a disk location. Some of these are registry handles, and somewhere in here you're going to find source root, you could search. Here, see? It's command exe. There are two of them that are in that are holding that handle. See what I'm saying? And there's one here that's just there. You see? So that's how you do it. You don't need Process Explorer or any fancy tool. I mean, you don't have to download anything. You just run this Resource Monitor and go to CPU, select all process images, go to Associated Handles, search for the name of the directory or file that is locked, and find out which process is using it. Okay. Now I'm going to clip more out of there's going to be a lot of clipping in the video to follow. Sorry about that, but I've got to try to cut it down to about 30 minutes. See you. Hey there. I just got back from a very long, well not long, but a very hot day outside and riding my bicycle to go to the store and buy myself an external hard drive, which I'm just opening, taking out of the box. And I've never used one before, but I assume that all you gotta do is plug it in. That's all. It doesn't come with instructions. Just a USB cable. It's because of all these movies and things that I've been playing with. And lately, well, you know the face of that person on your screen right now, I presume. If you don't, that guy, his name is Glenn Gould. It's not written anywhere, is it? Formerly a Canadian pianist. He's dead now. He died actually quite young of an unusual ailment, a brain tumor or something like that. And but anyway, he was a brilliant pianist. I just gotta plug this in. So, like, I've been learning about this advanced video codec. In the meantime, in fact, that's the main goal. Now, this thing has got a funny-looking plug. And, okay, there's only one way to put it in. What they've done is they've put a dent in a regular USB jack, such that you can only fit it in one way. It won't go. I definitely got it the right way. Maybe it is here. It doesn't go very far. Well, one thing I can do is plug the other end in somewhere. Let's see now. Hang on, let me pause this. Okay, now I think it installed. I just plugged it in. It's not very positioned very well, but maybe it's good this way. It's sitting on top of a bunch of wires. That will give it some ventilation if these things warm up. I don't know. I should have a new drive, 1 terabyte, 77 bucks. Here it is, F. That's not 1 terabyte, that's only 930 something gigabytes. RIP. So I've been running out of disk, so FAT32, come on. I'm gonna reformat it. FAT30, it can't be FAT32. It wouldn't work for that. Well, I guess it could. In theory, you know, one sector would be like 8 gigs. You know, one text file. Cannot be, I don't know what we're going to do. Tools. Check for errors. I want to format it. I want to change it to NTFS. Where is that? I wish I could ask. I wish these sorts of things were sort of two-directional, you know, people providing feedback. Looking for the disk thing. Oh, that's another thing. I gotta remember to do that. Remember I said I found out how to find out what process has a directory log? I still never found out how to do it. Disk management. I mean, I never found out what I did. Now this is slower than it would normally be. I assume because there's a new... Hey there. I just made this video and the fan was on the whole time, and I don't want to have anyone have to suffer too long with that sound in the background. The video is about me installing a new drive, and I'll skip to the part where I find it now. skip to the part where the success occurs. Where would that be? Here it's already formatted. This is running. I chose a part. Well, actually, I can just skip through it like this. So what I did was I opened up the control panel and went to this computer management, disk management. Here it is already done. At some point it wasn't. Gave it a volume label. This is it here. So I changed it to the system restore. And formatted it, NTFS, which was instant. I just did a quick format and copied a bunch of files. Now I've got lots of data. Lots of space, back in the hundreds of gigs. And I can get more if I want. One of the reasons I want extra space has to do with that pianist I was telling you about, and this torrent. See this torrent? It's 73 gigs. I thought there wasn't that much stuff out there, with Glenn Gould. But if you look at this, each of these is a DVD. See? There are 10 of them, 10 DVDs. I'm just downloading. I meant to have only one going. I do have only one going. Okay. A DVD is quite big, and during the daytime my download speed is not very high. 50. It might go up to 100, but it can go quite fast at night. Plus, there are only 2 seats. Who can hang on to a file this size? Although I can seed it now with my new terabyte drive, which is 1,000 gigs. And here it is. What I wanted to do is try and change the icon of this. I know it's possible because this one is different, and obviously there, that's the one. I wonder how big that is. Now I need to open it with GIMP. Now I have to pause. Okay, GIMP started up. Now, I might as well delete all these. What's the letter for delete? E? D. There's only one now. Now, actually, I'd like to just save it as a PNG file, but I don't think I'm allowed to. Export. Oh. PNG. I want to just save it as PNG. But anyway, because then I can modify it. Close without saving. I already changed it. Well, I can turn this into a PNG quite easily. All you do is, I don't want to lose that. go to one of these online converter things. This thing toggles between PNG and ICO. So first I'll change it to PNG, then I'll change it to make sure it's the right size. Going for this 256 by 256. And then turn it back into an icon. Come on, ICO, come. I'm going to turn this on. I turned the fan off and now it's getting hot in here. Oh. Oh no! Well, there's probably another one out there. Audio converter. That's where I was, so here's another one. These online converter things are wonderful. I've been converting all my PDF files to Deja Vu, which is much, much better. It's still got all the... Oh yeah, it's already 256, okay. Okay, PNG. Where is it given? It's probably giving me all the different sizes. No, it's only nothing. There's nothing in there. I didn't select anything. Okay. That's it. Okay. Now, oh, I better save this. Converters. The other one I just used earlier today, so I know it does it one direction. PNG to ICO works. Go. Okay, download. Now in my temp folder, no, it's going to be an ICO file. Is that what I put? Oh, it hasn't finished. Still downloading. Here it is. Okay. So notice how it's quite a bit larger, even though it contains only one image. Doesn't matter. Let's go back. Now we need to make a file called auto run in. This one, oh, that was a text. New. Next, copy the ICO file from drive that you want to use to change the icon. Okay. Give it a better name. This is, I don't know, Defender. Okay. If this is a new auto, open the file and what is this open with? Notepad or Notepad. Okay. If you already have no label, what's the label for? Wait, I'm missing something. If this is a new inf A6, if you already have, so 6 I skip. If external, restart to apply. Can I just unplug it and plug it back in? Oh wait, or internal. External, unplug and plug in. Don't I have to hide this? Don't I want to hide the icon? I see. So I could hide them both probably. Alright, let's give it a try. Put that away. So I'm going to try actually hiding them just for fun. And unplug it, plug it back in. Oh, isn't there a safe way to do this, like unmount, undock? Actually, can't I just without even physically touching it, like an undock type thing? You know, like you do for a USB drive. I have an undock privilege. Properties, undock. Oh, whatever, just unplug it. Here goes. Plugging it back in. It should work if they're hidden too, especially if they're hidden. No, didn't. How about that? Too bad. I remember my current directory. Maybe I can leave the, well, student loan. Alright, one more try. I probably need to Oh, wait a minute. Never restarted Explorer. Probably working fine. Even with them hidden. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is hide them. I don't like to see things that I don't intend to change, and I don't want to accidentally modify. Now I want to change all of them. Anyway, what would D look like? That's where I have all the stuff happened. It would have to be an action-packed image, you know. Docs. Something that implies, you know, this is the place to be. You know, if you want to be someone or somebody on this computer, here's the spot to stop. Ooh. I love these icons. It's so beautiful. This is stunning. Here, how about that? Yeah? It's like an atom or something. I'll have to reboot, of course, to get this. Well, maybe not. They probably never tried just restarting Explorer. Let's see what else there is. That's kind of cool. See how nice that house is when it's big? Well, it's so hard to decide. They all look so great. Look at that. Oh, maybe this one. A great big star. Yeah, that's the one. Oops, not a star, a star. What I have to put again? That's it. Okay. See if it works. Just restarting Explorer. No. I'm gonna reboot. And that'll be the last bit of this video. You'll get to see if it works. Okay. Back in the flash. I'm back, and you want to know the answer? The answer is, it worked. There's my D drive. It's a star, and they're hidden in everything. I noticed that this here was up to 40 minutes, so it won't be 40. I'm going to go through it and chop a bunch of it out, just as I'm going to get rid of this. What's the name of the video before? I don't know what to call it because I want to add one more bit to the end here, which has to do with my binary editor, which I will make available to anyone who wants it. Or you might want to have a look at my wallpaper. Hex edit. text editor. See it? I changed it from a dialog to one of these types of things. You can generate a random buffer and so on. So that all works just like before. Added some new features. Doesn't like selection. Like for instance, if I'm here and I press tab, it puts me to somewhere useful. If I press tab here, it takes me to the next region. But the tab here is a valid character to enter. It's a 9 here. See? Whoops. Can't put a 0 in here. But also, of course, I can open files. There's a recent file list, right? I can open any type of file, of course. It's a text editor. Doesn't matter. That's one of the great things about a text editor. You can open anything. And I've added some command line things. See, you can generate. I could put these things in the menus, but you might want to do stuff on the command line. Here I could, as I'm starting up, I can generate a certain number of a repeated sequence of characters, just like the debug program does. I might say generate equals hello, right? Space size equals hello space is 6 characters, so suppose I want 36 of those. 6. I got 36 hellos, and now if I wanted to, I could save this as a file. I'm not handling that yet, but I'll put in handling. I don't know what this will do. What did I just say? Oh God, I don't know what happened. Make a file of some sort. Somewhere on my hard drive there's a file containing 36 repetitions of the word hello. Anyway, that's something I'm working on. So the thing of interest is that I would like to make an installer. Maybe I'll leave that till another video. It's very easy to make an installer. As long as you have setup installed on your system, which I do. It's not complaining. This program is this one and Chrome simply do not like you to shut down the system when they're busy. Oh, this is the other thing I wanted to show you. I've been working on this inner out. I just noticed that I had I'll cut out that bit at the end and replace it with this. My template, my number defined was wrong. For one thing, it wasn't using the first parameter. It doesn't need a first parameter if you gave this a standard name. But anyway, you might want. Would you want? I may just have this only take one parameter, which is the name of the outer interface. In fact, the template could be this whole structure. In any case, you might want to define more than one. So I'll have to explain this again. This is the old in-out thing. Unc outer, and unc inner, and defining yourself within your container. Here, this here thing duplicates this template code inside of this struct. You can't, I can't just write this template down and use it in here, or else it won't be properly namespaced, unfortunately. I don't know how to do that. So I have to make it a macro, and then write this down here, and now I can derive from this class here, and select the type that I want this thing to extend. And I gain from this inner thing the function called outer in this case, just the one. There might be more functions I could add to this template. In any case, outer is supposed to return something of type outer specified here, which is really just the container class. You see why I'm thinking of a template T here, which will go here. Never mind. So here I can just run my unit test. I can use this inner just as though it were a rectangle. The only thing I can't do is invoke a rect constructor in here. But in a way that this works out better, because I can just call the constructor I want directly, and the default constructor also gets called, which was handy here because that's where I filled in this string. Falls mainly on the plane, okay? And now in outer, there's a function called foo. I got my put funcs. Prints out the address of itself, and then prints out the address of minner's func outer, and those two will come out the same. And then I'm printing out the value of minner because it's a rectangle, so there's a string specifier. This for that, this for that, and here I'm just piping the rect into a string and calling the C string member for this format specifier. Then I'm calling minner's version of foo. Minner's version of foo prints out its function name, obtains outer and calls outer's function bar, which would be this function, right? Prints itself, prints its member string, whatever it happens to be the rain in Spain, and then calls minner's bar, which is defined here, which prints out its member string, which completes the sentence. I compile that. Now I know that's a bit of a wacky example, but it shows how I can go back and forth from one to another easily with this outer. Now the only thing is, how does outer work? You'll notice that that's a macro, and I haven't shown you how the macro works. But this is quite standard. There probably is a macro that, in the winnt.h that does exactly the same thing, but I didn't find it. I wrote my own. Well, this takes a while to compile. I'll just show you. To get the pointer to the container class for a member object, you take your own position and subtract the field, what's called field offset. This is in winnt.h of var. Var would be the type of variable, or the name of the variable that this is from its position within TO. This field offset thing just does this. It takes type and field. It takes the number 0 and casts that as a pointer to type, and takes the address of that arrow field. Now this doesn't cause an access violation. All this is going to return, right? Since there's an address of here, is the address of field, the address of 0 plus the offset to field, and it won't dereference anything. It looks like there's a dereference here, but there won't be any dereference. It's like saying address of character array bracket 7, right? That doesn't access the array. It only tells you the address. Okay, now when this finishes compiling, I'll run it and show you the printout, and then step through it. Alright, so we're in the function. I should put quotes here, but public void outer foo. Okay, that's this function. The address of this is outer. Inner's outer gives the same number, and inner evaluates to a rectangle with these values, which I specify here. Now we're calling inner.foo. Inner.foo is here. So here we are at foo, which is outer colon myrect foo, because myrect is the struct, and its named spaces within outer myrect foo. Okay, and now we're obtaining outer and calling its bar, which is this function. So here we are in outer bar, which prints out the member string mster of outer here, which says the reign in Spain, and then calls inner's version of bar. Inner prints its. Actually, I don't need to step through it. I am stepping through it. Here we're in outer myrect bar, which is the inner class. Prints itself and then prints its own string. Mster falls mainly on the plane. Right? Same code. And so there you go. You can jump back and forth. Each thing has its own separate data, and from either this class or this class, we can access all of the members in either class. And that's how the conf stuff works with its unknown outer and whatnot for that aggregation stuff. Okay, see you.